Most people think they choose who they fall in love with. The truth is, your brain chemistry often chooses for you, and its taste is terrible. The most addictive force in human relationships is a variable reward schedule, and it masquerades as passionate, unpredictable love. Smart people fall for this every day, defending relationships that are actively destroying them because the neurological hook is more powerful than logic. Where do you stand? By the end of this, you might see the wiring in your own heart very differently. The mechanism itself is brutally simple. In the mid-20th century, behavioral psychologist B.F. Skinner ran a series of experiments that would accidentally define modern addiction. He placed rats in a box with a lever. When a rat pressed the lever, it received a food pellet. This is continuous reinforcement. The rat learns quickly: press lever, get food. But the moment the food stops coming, the rat loses interest and stops pressing the lever. The behavior extinguishes almost immediately. Then Skinner tried something different. He changed the rules. Now, the lever only dispensed a food pellet sometimes, randomly, unpredictably. This is intermittent reinforcement. The result was startling. The rats became obsessive. They would press the lever compulsively, hundreds of times, even when the reward was incredibly rare. They would ignore everything else. They were hooked. The key wasn't the reward itself. The key was the uncertainty. The addiction was born in the maybe. This sounds like a convincing explanation for rats, but there's a problem with applying it directly to people. Humans have foresight and complex emotions. Surely we can see the pattern and walk away. But that logic breaks down the moment you look at the most profitable industries in the world. A slot machine in Las Vegas is just a Skinner box for humans, with flashing lights and sound effects. You pull the lever, and maybe you win. Probably you don't. The tiny chance of a jackpot keeps people anchored to their chairs for hours, feeding money into a machine designed to take it. The same principle drives the design of social media. The pull to refresh action on your feed is a digital lever. You pull it, and maybe you get a new like, a new message, a fascinating post. Or maybe you get nothing. That uncertainty, that maybe, is what keeps you scrolling, checking, refreshing. Your brain's dopamine system isn't activated most by getting the reward. It's activated most by the anticipation of a potential reward. Certainty is calming. Uncertainty is thrilling. It's a neurological hack that billion-dollar companies use to engineer your behavior every single day. And yet, the other side argues this paints a far too cynical picture of human connection. Even if you accept the raw power of this mechanism, applying it to a relationship feels different. Critics of this position point out that comparing a partner to a slot machine is a massive oversimplification. In most destructive relationships built on intermittent reinforcement, the person doling out the affection and withdrawal isn't a calculating villain. They aren't a behavioral scientist running an experiment on you. They are often deeply broken themselves. Imagine a person with an avoidant attachment style, formed in a childhood where their own needs for affection were met inconsistently. For them, closeness triggers a profound subconscious fear. When intimacy deepens, they feel suffocated, and their instinct is to pull away, to create distance. They ghost you. They become cold. They start a fight. Once the distance is re-established and they feel safe again, their own loneliness and need for connection pull them back. They reach out. They apologize. They are warm and loving again. From the outside, this looks like a deliberate hot and cold manipulation. They pull you in, push you away. But from their perspective, it's a desperate, unconscious cycle of managing their own terror. They aren't playing a game with you. They are trapped in their own. Your pain is the collateral damage of their internal war. They are the unintentional architects of your Skinner box. This is a far more compassionate view. It suggests the problem is a tragic collision of two people's unresolved traumas. And yet, this compassion fails to explain one critical piece of the puzzle. Why does it feel so good? Why does the reunion after the abandonment feel more profound than the steady presence of a stable partner? That's the real trap. The intensity of these relationships is mistaken for depth. Your brain isn't wired to evaluate love on a calm, rational spreadsheet. It's wired to respond to contrast. A relationship that is a steady 7 out of 10 every single day provides security. It's warm, safe, and predictable. After a while, your brain habituates to it. The 7 starts to feel like the baseline. It feels normal. A relationship built on intermittent reinforcement is a different beast entirely. It's a series of 2s and 3s, punctuated by a sudden, glorious 10. The 2 is miserable. It's anxiety, loneliness, self-doubt. You check your phone, you replay conversations. You feel worthless. And then they come back. They text you. They show up at your door with flowers, full of remorse and affection. That moment of reconciliation is the 10. Your brain, starved for connection, gets a massive flood of dopamine and endorphins. This isn't just relief, it's euphoria. And because of the contrast effect, that 10 feels like a 20. It feels transcendent. It feels like true love breaking through the darkness. The memory of that euphoric high is what you become addicted to. You endure the long, painful periods of 2s and 3s because you are chasing the memory and the promise of that perfect 10. A stable partner who gives you a consistent 7 can't compete with that. The consistent 7 offers no dramatic story, no heroic reunion, no euphoric peak that validates all the suffering. You mistake the intensity of the emotional rollercoaster for the depth of the connection. You believe the pain is the price of the passion. But critics would say even this is too simplistic. This view still paints you as a passive subject, a rat reacting to stimuli. What if you're an active participant in your own downfall? That leads to the most uncomfortable part of this entire debate, the role of the ego. Maybe you're addicted to the story you tell yourself about the relationship. In this story, you are the hero. You are the one who is patient enough, understanding enough, and loving enough to finally fix this broken person. You are the one who sees their true potential underneath all the chaos. Each time they pull away and you wait, you are proving your virtue. Each time they come back, your strategy is validated. It's a sign that your patience is working. You feel special. You are the only one who can handle them, the only one who truly understands them. This narrative is its own powerful form of intermittent reinforcement. This is the hero's delusion. The struggle itself becomes your identity. The relationship gives you a problem to solve, a dragon to slay. A healthy, stable love offers no such drama. It offers partnership, support, and peace. To a brain that has been conditioned by chaos, peace can feel like boredom. It can feel like death. The absence of a problem to solve can feel like an absence of purpose. You aren't just addicted to their inconsistent affection. You are addicted to the role you get to play in the drama. Winning their love becomes a quest to prove your own worth. And if you have to suffer to get there, your ego tells you that just makes the prize more valuable when you finally win it. So you stay. You analyze their moods like a cryptographer studying ancient texts. You celebrate small moments of warmth as signs of progress. You explain away the long periods of coldness as part of their process. You are a gambler who keeps throwing good money after bad, convinced the next hand will be the one that changes everything. But the house always wins. The system is designed for you to lose. The only way to win is to walk away from the table, to accept that some puzzles are designed to be unsolvable, and that some people will only love you in the moments they are trying to get you back. Where does the responsibility lie? Is it with the person, often damaged themselves, who creates this toxic cycle of hope and despair? Do we hold them accountable for behavior they may not even consciously understand? Or does the responsibility fall on the person who chooses to stay? The one who mistakes the adrenaline of a crisis for the feeling of love, who sacrifices their own peace for a role in a drama that has no final act. At what point does enduring pain stop being a testament to your love and start being a testament to your fear of being alone, or worse, your addiction to the struggle itself? How do you distinguish the pull of a genuine, complicated connection from the raw, chemical hook of a variable reward schedule that's simply hijacking the oldest parts of your brain? So what do you think? When you look at the most intense relationships of your life, what were you really chasing? Were you pursuing a person, or were you pursuing the feeling sparked by their absence? And if you learn to find that same intensity and stability in the quiet, consistent act of choosing and being chosen, what would your life look like? Where do you draw the line between fighting for love and feeding an addiction?